What's going on, guys? Sim Standard. Want to do a quick non-football video. Having some problems with NFL Magazine. Want to see if anybody's got the same issues going on. So, basically, if you watched any football late November, early December of last year, you weren't going to get through 30 minutes and not see an ad for this magazine. So on December 10th, I go ahead, I order 1 year subscription. I put the email up. I get an email that basically says, thank you for your order. First issue is going to be January 2012. No problem. I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. Wild card games, division games, both happen literally a day before the championship games. I sent them an email because I had gotten the digital email for the February issue that was available. So I basically email says I made payment on December 10th. Never got a physical copy of the magazine, wasn't provided access to the January issue, I just got access to the February issue. How can we resolve this? Get an email back from them that says they did not publish a January 2012 issue. Up until this point, I had not been told that. They hadn't sent out an email or anything, and they basically said the premiere issue had went out later than they anticipated, so they decided to make February the second issue, and that my account would run, February through February. This was the first red flag that at the time I ignored. If you're not going to publish the January issue, why wouldn't you resend out the premiere issue to all the subscribers that didn't get it? Why wouldn't you tell people that you weren't going to send that issue out to begin with? So, that was the first red flag that I ignored. So today is April 1st. In 9 days, it's going to be 5 months since I've made payment. I've received 2 copies of this magazine and was given 1 copy in digital form. I started looking around on the internet. I'm not seeing, anything about this. I'm Googling, NFL Magazine scam, NFL Magazine angry customer, NFL Magazine delay, nothing. So I start researching this, Dolphin publishing company. And they, I'm not a big home improvement magazine guy or anything like that, but they had this magazine called Homes that basically they just shut down shop on. And, right now, I'll put a link in the description. This company, they estimated that, 40,000 individuals are owed $500,000 in prepaid subscriptions. Basically, they were cashing checks when they knew they weren't going to put magazines in print. There's a woman that had, a 3-year subscription, 30 issues, $60.50 cash after, they'd already pretty much canceled the magazine. And, a lot of people are pretty angry about this. The newspaper goes out to contact the publisher, and they get out there, and apparently, they basically have an empty storefront and, a default notice on their building from the property manager that basically says, you owe us $5,000 in back rent. So putting all this together, I'm a little bit disturbed here that I could not get a magazine, and, I went through pretty much the height of the NFL season without it. And I don't think that I'm alone in this problem. If you guys know anybody that's subscribed to this magazine, or you have, I'd like to know your experience with them. Have you gotten your magazines? Have you not gotten your magazines? Have you gotten answers from, them via email? Because recently, I've sent a few emails with no responses. So to me, knowing, the depth of the NFL, I have a feeling this is probably a pretty heavy problem, and just want to get your guys' opinions on it and see if I'm not alone in this problem, because I have a good feeling that I'm not. So be interested to read your comments on this one, guys.